Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion, located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street, in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. It's everything you never needed to know. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
How many pounds of clothes does the average American throw away in 1 year?
Do opposites really attract? Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
And we just proved it.
And we scoured the internet this week to find out these useless tidbits just for you.
Plus, we'll answer your question in the mailbag segment. And this week, a listener wants to know, how hot is hot? Is there a scale to measure it? And in the news, a man, a thermos, and an exit ramp.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
Sports. Play ball.
I have my pom-poms ready. I'm wearing my sort of the black under my eyes, right, just for the glare. And I want to thank
I just
everyone.
want you to know, Nick, I put my picture next to a hot meter and it exploded.
It did. Here's what's hot. Our show, thank you very much. 90 countries from around the world are listening to us. Thank you very much for downloading us on podcast and on the radio, on the iHeartRadio Talk Network, coast to coast in Canada, and, of course, in the United States as well. Doesn't matter where you are, we are there for you with useless information.
Yes, also a big shout out to Lily Esmeralda at Xfinity Mobile for doing a great job. She got me back up with my phone.
Yeah, so now we're able to hear Roy thanks to her. So thank you, Lily.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah,
thank you.
she fixed it. Yeah,
yeah.
She fixed the internet.
I guess
issue.
I guess she ignored my emails. Anyway, how about so in soccer, Roy?
I showed her a picture of you, Nick. That's why she ignored it.
That will do it. So in soccer, I know this is Roy's favorite sport. I know it's football, but not the American football. In soccer, they have what's called a red card. And red card means that you get thrown out of the game. How about the fastest red card? Okay. And
what is fastest?
That? In October 2000, an amateur player, his name was Lee Todd, received a red card in just 2 seconds after the start of a match.
How's that possible?
So
what did he do?
He was sent off for foul.
Go out and punch the referee?
No, well, he was using abusive language, saying F me, that was loud, because the referee, to start the game, blew the whistle next to his ear. And so he said, F me, that was loud, and then he got a red card. 2.5 seconds.
Did you know, Nick, NFL referees receive Super Bowl rings?
No.
Yes. I didn't know this either. You talk about totally useless.
Yeah.
When an NFL referee is chosen for the Super Bowl, they receive a Super Bowl ring. It is slightly smaller. It is not as bejeweled as the players' rings.
Right.
But they receive a special referee Super Bowl ring. And apparently they're sought after collector items.
That's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's someone who follows sports. I wonder if the other sports do the same thing. Interesting.
Yeah, well, that's what they asked me. They said, "Do you want to referee?" I said, "You better put a ring on it."
Oh, look out!
Ooh, look out! Red card.
These are cool stones, man. Curling stones from the sport of curling are made from granite, sourced from a very specific place in Scotland. The granite for the highest quality curling stones comes from the island of Ailsa Craig, which is off the Scottish mainland, in case you're geographically inclined. A unique geographical
Elsa
formation.
Craig. I dated her in high school.
Yes, in fact, yes. Listen, don't take her for granted. A unique geological formation, Ailsa Craig, was formed by volcanic eruptions that created this exceptionally hard, uniform, and dense
Keep bringing
granite.
up that date with
I
her.
know, I'm telling you. It was exceptionally hard, uniform, and dense granite. Speaking of dense, Roy's next. As the magma
Volcanic eruptions. That's right. Go ahead. Keep going.
as the magma cooled.
Keep digging that. Nick's
quickly.
curling right now.
There you go.
So they use this special stone. You can't use any other stone for curling.
Right. That's the one. They're because of the consistency of the granite that's really important for the sport.
It's an interesting sport. I've never actually, but I watch them. They're brushing the ice as the thing goes
So you
sliding
know what?
by.
It's like the Italian game bocce, like bocce ball. It's very similar to that, except it's on ice. Sweep. Yes.
Every ball used in Major League Baseball, okay,
Right.
is as dirty as my high school days.
Oh, look out.
No, all joking aside, every ball used in a Major League game is rolled in dirt before they are given to the referee. So they are rubbed up with dirt, and then the referee places them in the pouch on his,
Okay.
you ever see the referee take the balls out?
Yeah. First of all, now everyone knows you hate the game of baseball. Okay.
Hate it.
Okay. Here's to the point where you hate it this much. They're not referees. They're umpires.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
what did I say? Referee?
You said
Yes.
referee, so you
They're
know what?
umps. Umps.
You get a red
They're
card.
umps. And for
getting it wrong.
that's how stupid people are in baseball. They were originally the ump was spelt with an H.
Right. And their first name was Quasimodo.
Quasimodo. Strike. He's a strike. The bells. I hear the bells. The strike.
What do you pair with a bike race? Tour de France.
Quasimodo.
Well, no, close. Tour de France riders once had wine breaks and would even raid cafes for alcoholic drinks like wine, beer, and champagne during races.
That's a DWI.
This was on a bike. Well, I guess so. Well, on a bike, I would guess so. Yeah.
That was my leg.
Oh, wow. See, serves you right. That was just as painful for us as it was for you. This was common practice in the early years of the tour up to the 1960s as riders sought to replenish calories and fluids. Yeah, that's right.
That's what they call it. That's what I tell my wife when I come home. We're going out with the guys.
Well, listen, they said
Just
because...
keeping hydrated,
Well,
honey.
this is the reason why, and you can probably put this in your sort of list of excuses. They considered alcohol safer than roadside water at the time.
Yes,
Maybe.
roadside water or the old heroin bar. Honey, I didn't want to go to the crack house, so I
Right,
just
yeah.
went to the bar.
Exactly.
You should be proud of me.
Yes.
I'm making good life choices.
Yes. All right.
Starting in 1990, when Michael Jordan joined the Bulls basketball team, another sport that I watch very rarely,
Okay.
they did not have a 3-game losing streak for 8 years.
Wow.
Now they play a lot of games.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of games going on. So it's not unlikely for them to have a 3-game losing streak.
Right.
Okay. So for 8 years, they didn't. And then after he leaves, they do again. So it was clearly him.
Yeah.
Amazing basketball player.
They do. I mean, baseball is a 162 game season, and basketball is around 82, so about half, almost half. And hockey.
He played
is-
basketball so well that they allowed him to play baseball in between because they said it's the most boring sport on the planet. You can
Right.
do it,
Yeah,
Michael.
you can.
Anyone can do it, Michael.
you can fool any referee anytime in the baseball diamond. Hey, well, speaking of hockey, how about holding your breath? Underwater hockey was a thing, and it was known as octopush. Which
What?
It's
Yeah.
a real and globally
Yeah.
played sport where two teams use sticks to maneuver a puck into the opposing team's goal at the bottom of a swimming pool. Players hold their breath to dive and move the puck using equipment like a mask, a snorkel, fins, and a stick, as you mentioned. The sport originated in the United Kingdom in the 1950s and requires strong swimming skills, you would think, and breath-holding abilities.
The old breath-holding abilities.
Yep.
I dated a girl in high school named Mary Slapstick. Or was it Chapstick? I don't remember. I think I stopped at the bar while bicycling.
Yes. That would do it, for sure.
Where are we going, Nick?
Sports.
We spoke about dimples on a golf ball.
Yes.
I forget how many there were, but we had that on a previous show.
Right.
So
300
300 shows, folks, at nickandroy.com.
That's
you can
correct.
listen to them all. They're great.
Yes.
You get more education here than you would in college.
Oof.
And we don't even charge you. We should. Send your money to us.
Yes.
Okay. We spoke about dimples on the golf ball, but did you know there are amounts of stitches on a baseball?
Okay.
And this is more interesting to me than the whole sport.
Yeah, of course it is. We know it is, yeah.
There is exactly 108 stitches on a baseball.
Okay.
No more, no less.
All right.
Why? Nobody knows. No, but that's the amount of stitches, 108. Every major league certified baseball has 108 stitches. Then they roll it in the mud. Then they give it to the guys to play with.
Wow.
The referee.
The referee. Yeah, he is.
Right. Gives him a red card and says, here, give this to the umpire and you'll get a ball.
Right. By the way, a standard golf ball has around 336 dimples. And because apparently the patterns of these dimples has to do with the optimizing the aerodynamic forces of lift and drag.
Sure, lift and drag.
Lift and drag was Roy's nickname in high school. Thanks for joining us. Totally uses information with Nick and Roy. You go to our website, nickandroy.com, click on the Nick and Roy store, order your loved one a birthday message or an anniversary message or an upcoming holiday message, and it's an absolutely unique gift. It's wonderful. We create this beautiful, exclusive, and personalized message for your loved one.
Go to nickandroy.com. Go to the Nick and Roy store. It's on the top of the page. You'll see there's a sample of a birthday message. We do anniversary message, Christmas cards. Now, you have to understand, it's the greatest gift you'll ever buy. It's inexpensive. You're going to look like a superstar. They're going to say, this is the greatest gift I've ever got. It is awesome.
nickandroy.com, the Nick and Roy store.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
It's time to gear up for fall with cool fashions, cooler weather, and a very cool Kensington market. Hello, this is Cool Nick and Cool Roy for Tom's Place.
I like the way you did that.
That's right. Where the cool guys in Toronto shop.
So check out the latest fall fashions that have just arrived. And hey, it's Tom's Place. So even the new arrivals are on sale. Fall colors, new patterns, fresh designs. So check out the fabulous collection of designer suits, regularly $650. For our listeners of the radio show and the podcast, $375. You heard it right there, slashed to $375.
Wow. Pick out a couple of sports jackets while you're at it. Dress up for the office or down for the weekend, or a wool top coat for 50% off on our first floor.
Play it cool at Tom's Place like we do at Tom's Place. 190 Baldwin Street in Kensington Market. Visit Tom's at toms-place.com. That's TOMS-place.com.
Tom's Place. They'll suit you.
Totally useless information with Nick and Roy continues. Listen, laugh, and learn. Welcome to the Totally Useless Information Fashion Show.
Isn't it sad, Nick, that I'm living my life vicariously through my past life in high school?
Yes, lift and drag.
I use the word vicariously.
Vicariously.
You like that?
It is. It's amazing. If I only knew what it meant, I'd understand what you just said.
Well, it's like vicariously.
Right. Why not? What do you have in terms of fashion in your slate of facts today?
The term wardrobe malfunction was coined in 2004, and you probably were watching it, Nick.
Yep, I was.
During the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
It was a halftime show. The term had never really been used before.
Right.
It was the halftime show. Justin Timberlake
Yep.
is supposed to pull this thing off of Janet Jackson, and Janet Jackson's part of her costume gets pulled off, revealing her, I believe it was her left breast or right breast. I don't know. It was the right breast for me. No, but so it revealed her naked breast.
Wow.
And the announcer, I believe, says, I believe that we had a wardrobe malfunction. And of course, that sticks. Well, it didn't stick it on her, apparently, because it came right off.
Right, it did.
But yeah. So that's why women don't use Post-it notes as pasties anymore.
Right, yeah, exactly. It was only shown for a few seconds, apparently, which was presumably an accident.
Why are you going online looking it up, Nick? Are you looking to see her breast?
No, I was researching. Well, I wasn't sure if it was the left or the right, but it depends.
Or you're just getting abreast of the subject.
It is.
Right.
Now you're really milking it, aren't you?
Stop being a boob.
It's too late. Yes, they've done it. They've absolutely done it in Belgium. They have an underwear museum.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. In 2009, actually, this started up. A Belgian artist by the name of Jan Bakoy. He founded the museum to satirically comment on society and hierarchy. His motto is, if you're scared of someone, just imagine them in their underpants. So the museum, in case you want to visit Belgium, features underwear that has been worn.
Is it only men's?
Let's see. It doesn't say specifically, but
because I don't want to go see men's underwear.
No, but it features underwear that have been worn at least once.
Oh, no.
By celebrities, singers, politicians, and artists.
Oh. Well, maybe we should send our underwear.
Yeah.
I'm very picky with underwear. I don't know about you. I'm not just the normal Fruit of the Loom guy. Are you?
No. I wear Hanes.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I'm very picky, Nick. I need specific underwear.
Right, yeah.
And I prefer a vertical fly, so to speak, than a horizontal fly.
And also,
or is it horizontal than vertical?
No, it's horizontal.
I prefer the horizontal.
Right, okay.
Very, very convenient.
Yeah, this also helps with your lift and drag. Anyway, each item is displayed in a frame.
Yeah, if you don't lift them, they'll drag.
Right. Especially at our age.
At our age.
Yes. There you go. Each item is displayed in a frame alongside a certificate of authenticity because you don't want a... You
always want to frame your underwear.
Well, you don't want a fraudulent, or a...
you want them behind protective glass as well.
Exactly.
You don't want anybody touching your underwear.
No.
Unless they've been invited to.
And you have to pay admission. Imagine.
I think they should have a women's underwear.
Well, they didn't say specifically, but you would imagine that some singers and artists would include the female population.
I mean, come on. You have like all that sexy lingerie that they wore with a picture of them next to it. That's pretty cool, I guess.
You can find
if you're into that.
Yeah, you can find Roy's display on the second floor.
Yeah, I'm on the second floor. It's marked trash, but don't worry about it. Stick your hand in there.
Yes.
Okay. You've heard of Rodeo Drive?
Yes.
That's a very famous shopping street in California.
Yeah.
Then there's Worth Street. That's in Miami. Not Miami, Palm Springs or Palm Beach.
Okay.
Is Worth Street. I've been there. It's super expensive shopping. I mean, guards at the door to let you in. I mean, it's nuts.
Wow.
Then there's Miracle Mile in Chicago, another major shopping location. Well, England has a street called Savile Row. Savile Row. And that is where most of the famous tailors, especially for men's suit designs, are made. If you buy a suit from Savile Row, you have really, really made it, because they are the top tailors in the world.
Wow. For
tailored, bespoke men's suits.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Yeah. Cool, right? Savile Row.
This next fact is to die for. DYE. In ancient Rome, The valuable purple dye, which they use a lot, was known as Tyrian purple, and it was made from secretions of sea snails. It
The old sea snail urine.
No,
Or poop.
excretions. Well, secretions. So we don't know.
Oh,
if
it could
it
be
was
secretions.
secretions,
yes,
right?
Could be. If you put your hand in that trash can,
Right.
you may find that as well.
That's right. I love in the
Might be X or S.
I was
Either
wondering-
way, it's accretion.
It is. Now, going back to the underwear museum, like when it said it was worn at least once. Like how many?
Yeah, at least once.
At least once. Okay. Anyway, so it's extremely expensive and difficult to produce the dye made from the mucus glands of predatory sea snails from the Mediterranean. And the process was labor intensive that thousands of snails were needed for a small amount of dye.
Oh, wow.
So only the wealthy
it's-
and powerful
Right.
could
And
afford
that's
to wear
why
it.
it becomes purple for power. Like the church even used purple robes for the Pope.
Right.
And for kings used purple.
Yeah, emperors and high-ranking officials as well. So that's the reason
So-
why. Yep.
So you're saying it's snot, poop, or urine. It's
Exactly.
snot, poop, or urine.
It took a long time. Takes a long time to collect the sea snails. Like it's
Yeah, it's tough to find their nose to begin with, then to get them to blow it. You got to make them really sad and then give them a Kleenex.
yeah. You mean a facial tissue?
Okay, here was my tease.
Okay, here we go.
The average American throws away 70 pounds. Nick.
Ouch.
70 pounds of clothing. Folks, don't throw them away. I
No.
never throw clothes away unless they're really ripped or stained or something to a point where they're bad. Otherwise, I put them in a bag. I bring them to either the Goodwill
Mhm.
or a Salvation Army because there are people in need that need clothing.
Yes.
So don't throw your clothing away unless it is really bad. And your underwear, don't throw them away. Send them to the museum.
Or nickandroy.com.
In care of nickandroy.com, marked trash can at the museum.
Attention, lift and drag. Not your ordinary gumshoe. In 2019, the UK company Gumdrop collaborated with the fashion brand Explicit Wear and the city of Amsterdam to create a sneaker running shoe called Gumshoe. The shoe's soles were made from material called Gumtech, which is derived from recycled chewing gum scraped off the streets of Amsterdam.
So they're making, say this one more time,
So
because this is
they
terrible.
recycled the chewing gum because they would scrape them off the streets. Because people would throw
Right.
out their gum and it would stick on the street. And the streets of Amsterdam, they picked them up. They recycled these chewing gums, and they created that material to make a running shoe sneaker.
Out of recycled
Gum.
chewing gum.
Right.
So we have recycled underwear, recycled chewing gum. I'm sending my clothes to be recycled.
Right. Yeah. See, there you go.
To the LD department, the lift and drag department. I like this next one I like.
Okay.
Okay. Fashion icon and editor of Vogue magazine made a statement that is amazing.
Okay.
Amazing statement.
What's the
And
statement?
you normally, people that talk fashion are just morons. No.
Like we are.
They said, fashion is not just the clothes we wear, it's the air we breathe, the music we hear, the food we eat, and the people who surround us. Isn't that a nice statement?
It's beautiful. Sounds like a Hallmark card.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
I don't wear one of these. Roy doesn't wear one of these. Maybe you do. A corset.
No.
A corset.
And how do you know I'm not wearing one right now?
Well, because your face is not red, but just by corset is a
Maybe
base,
the blood doesn't go up, maybe it goes down.
right, maybe. So corset is based on the old French word corps, not the beer, but C-O-R-S, meaning body, which itself is derived from the Latin word corpus. The term corset is the diminutive of corps, so it literally means little body. The idea was that was like body armor for beauty. It's a colorful metaphor that summarizes its function. The garment was designed to shape the body into a fashionable silhouette, which shifted over time, which pretty much happens all the time with us. For centuries in Europe, it was a standard undergarment for both men and women with various designs and materials.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to wear a corset.
No.
I don't even wear underwear.
No.
I have nothing to give to that museum.
No. Keep going, keep going. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
Wow, wow.
Chicka, bow, wow.
Oh, yeah. All about sex.
Oh, yeah, and of course, in case the lawyers are listening,
The following segment of the Totally Useless Information podcast may be too sultry and too sexy for some listeners.
all right, so the lights are way down low, and here's Roy.
I wish she would open the trash can.
Oh, yeah.
The brain is so powerful,
Yes.
it takes less than 1 second to determine sexual appeal.
Right.
So basically, you walk into a bar, you see a girl at the bar. Within 1 second, your brain says, yes, buy her a drink, no, don't. Within 1 second, your brain goes through a multitude of different things in our brain that says good or bad
Right.
when it comes to sexual appeal. By the way, it can be affected by social conduct or intoxication, which happened to me on multiple occasions.
Oh, yes. For me, just like a computer, mine was buffering. It took more than a second, really. So here's my teaser. Opposites do attract, apparently, according to a new survey of 2,000 Americans in a relationship or married, where they found that 26% of those 2,000 Americans believe that their partner is the complete opposite of them. Further, the survey conducted by Talker Research LELO found that 65% believe that opposites attract. The theory applies to them or their partner. So although respondents swear by the science of opposites attract, nearly half admit they were looking for someone with more similarities when they were searching for their partner. So just 21% were looking for the opposite. Interesting.
So do you feel that you're the same as your wife, or are you opposite?
I think we're opposite. Obviously, we have something in common, things
Yeah.
in common, but usually I would say that we're opposites.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
We have our similarities, of course.
Of course.
That's basic compatibility.
Yeah.
But we are opposite on so many things.
Yeah, there you go.
And I can't believe how wrong she is.
Half the time, yes.
For years, Nick.
Yes.
For years, it has been thought that men are driven solely by sexual desire.
They're not?
Nope. No. For me, it was only 4 years in high school.
Right, okay.
No. I guess when you're younger, you are, as being a man. I guess I could say that.
Yeah.
But studies have shown, multiple studies done in Sweden. No, done in Sweden.
Yeah.
No, but multiple studies were done and found out that men may be even more driven by connection, love, and loyalty than they are sex.
Wow.
So it's maybe women that just want sex.
The longest kiss that ever lasted was 58 hours and 35 minutes.
What?
It was achieved by a Thai couple. They were really
A
tied.
Thai couple.
Yes.
They got tied up.
Yeah,
They got
good.
tongue-tied.
The superlative smooch took place at an event organized by Ripley's Believe It or Not, in Pattaya, Thailand. It began in February of 2013 and ended 2 days later, 58 hours, 35 minutes later, on Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Yep.
So they kissed for that long.
Yes, they did.
Boy, they must like each other.
They did. Besides, because they kissed for so long, she couldn't say much.
You know, when you have sex, okay,
Yeah.
you release oxytocin in the brain. It's kind of like this feel-good type hormone that releases in the brain, but it doesn't just make you feel good.
Yeah.
It kind of unlocks your brain's like emotional status.
Right.
You know, so things like creativity, music, art, design, it unlocks those things that are creative in our brain.
Right.
So it is believed that the best artists, the best people that write music, the best people that design, their creativity levels are enhanced because they have lots of sex. Now, I don't want to say that that's true, but I do write music and I have drawn things art-wise. And so what is that saying about me, Nick?
I don't know. No, I don't want to know.
You know what's funny? I haven't wrote a song in a long time.
Right. Yes, he hasn't wrote a song. I Heart You, the heart symbol, may have
Please don't
originated.
say that, Nick.
Someone must have just been tuning in going, I heart you. I was like, oh my God, what kind of program is this? The heart symbol may have originated from the shape of a silphium plant seed pod, which was used as a form of birth control in ancient times. So the plant's association with sex and reproduction could have led to its heart-shaped seed pod becoming the symbol for love, a meaning that developed in the 15th century, long after the plant became extinct. So the plant is, what's the name of the plant? The silphium plant seed pod.
Silphium plant.
Silphium plant seed pod.
A study,
Yes.
back to Sweden.
Yes.
No, a study found,
Yeah.
get ready for this one because this is very good. This is good information for people listening. It's useless, but it's good.
Yes.
Okay. They found that people with an excellent sense of smell
Okay.
had better and easier orgasms
Oh, okay.
because apparently they could smell the release of hormones on the skin, which maybe the average person couldn't smell. So, first thing, either it's speed dating or you meet a girl at a bar, you say, I wonder what that candle smells like. And if they go, oh, whatever, it smells like this.
Wow.
Or say, what do you smell when you smell this wine? If they go, I smell cranberries, cherries, and plums with a little bit of a burnt oak,
Yeah.
that's the girl.
And you find out within a second and a half if that's
Right.
if
For
you.
ladies, for men, the ones that are like, are you cooking something?
That's right.
That's the guy.
That's the guy. People in the 1800s exchanged this kind of jewelry. Now, thankfully, I was born in the year I was born, because if I was around in the 1800s, well, I'd have a problem. People in the 1800s exchanged hair jewelry.
Yes. Which would really suck because Nick would have to take his eyebrows off.
Right. Start there, yes. It was a common practice during the Victorian era where what was worn as tokens of love, friendship, and remembrance for both the living and the dead. The practice of exchanging hair jewelry considered a way to keep a piece of loved one physically close.
Oh, wow.
Since hair does not decay, it just disappears. It does not decay. It symbolizes...
Yours did, Nick. Along with the brain.
It did. What? It symbolized an immortal, intangible connection to a person.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Now, we get a lot of mail, folks. Honestly, most of the mail that we get has to do with either the birthday message recipient or people that heard the birthday message. If we get 100 emails, honestly, 40, 50 of them are about the birthday messages. And it's because it's such an amazing gift. It's reasonable. It's very inexpensive.
Mm-hmm.
And we do a mini show for the date that person was born or an anniversary date. We do a show about what was happening on that date. Useless information. And we do a whole mini show. Go to nickandroy.com. Go to the Nick and Roy store. Click on birthday message. You'll see there's a sample. Hit the sample. You'll get to hear one.
nickandroy.com.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Thanks for joining us on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, and we really appreciate you contacting us on the iHeartRadio Talk Network, coast to coast in Canada, including CFRA in Ottawa, CFRB or News Talk 1010 in Toronto, CKLW in Windsor, CJAD in Montreal, of course, and CFAX out in Victoria.
You know, Nick, I often think about the mailbag. Do you?
We told you to go to nickandroy.com to check out the birthday messages. You go to nickandroy.com to send us an email.
What's in the mailbag?
What's in the mail?
Lisa from Calgary, Alberta. Dear Nick and Roy, we love your show. We discovered it by accident. Well, most people do. When we heard you, we couldn't stop listening. Well, here's my question, because we do realize that you guys do have a mailbag segment. Here's my question. What is the name of the scale used to measure spiciness of peppers? Now, you mentioned that your wife, Roy, your wife really loves hot peppers.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
She eats any type of hot pepper.
So the Scoville scale.
She calls me our hot tamale.
Yeah, she does. Oh, she does. Chili today, hot tamale. The Scoville scale measures the spiciness of chili peppers and other spicy foods based on their CAPS.
Capsaicin.
It's based on capsaicin content, nice alliteration, ranging from 0 to 16 million Scoville. The Scoville scale is measured for, like we said, it's a measurement for heat or spiciness of a chili pepper, and it was developed by pharmacist Wilbur Scoville in 1912. So there you go.
Cool.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, capsaicin.
Yeah.
That's what the tongue says is hot. It's not really hot, but we sense it as that.
Yeah.
We had that on the show too, remember?
We did.
I was going through and I saw Professor Horace, Kansas. That's what he put. So, of course, I had to read it. I wish that you guys would put all of your useless information into a book form. Hell, I would buy it in a minute.
Yeah.
I would use it in my classroom. Your show is amazing. It really is original, refreshing, and funny. Tilt.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. It is refreshingly funny. Tilt on learning.
Okay.
So he says, thanks. Keep up the good work of filling these empty minds.
Yes. When you say empty, you know we're talking about us. On the show today, we talked about sports, we talked about fashion, we talked about sex. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
This comes to us, believe it or not, from a listener. Peter in Toronto sent me this story. A Florida man from Polk County was arrested. He tried to smuggle this into jail by having it inserted inside of him. Walter Freimeyer, it was an unusual morning briefing, as he put it, due to how he tried to smuggle the thermos inside the jail. Here's the back story. Juddy said the ordeal began with a complaint about a naked man at a park. We got a call that he was naked inside a restroom in a public park. So we asked, was he naked or buck naked? Now, you could be naked and still have your socks on, which I didn't know. But you're buck naked if you're totally naked. But when the deputy arrived, he had all of his clothes on. So he was escorted out of the park. So the deputy explained that he wasn't going to be arrested even though people saw him without any clothes on, because he was giving him a break. We're going to dig deeper. The judge said Freimeyer then crossed the street, hopped onto the railroad track, and trespassed again.
I'm sure he was hopping, but go ahead.
So he arrested him again because he was trespassing. So after 25 prior arrests, he's been to state prison 5 times. The sheriff explained that all arrestees were put through a body scanner to make sure they aren't trying to bring guns, knives, and drugs into the jail. Guess what they found and where they found it?
So we arrested Walter Freimeyer. We got a call that he was naked inside of a restroom at a public park. So we asked, is he naked or buck naked? You know, you can be naked and still have your socks on. But if you're buck naked, you're totally naked. Well, anyway, our deputy gets there. The dude's got all of his clothes on. So we're nice, and we send him out of the park and trespass him and tell him we're not going to arrest you, even though people saw you here without any clothes on. We're going to give you a break. So what does he do? He goes across the street and hops up on what? The railroad train track and trespasses again, just as soon as we gave him the break. So the deputy arrests him. We find out he's already got 25 prior arrest and been to state prison 5 times. So not only is he trespassed, we've got him in possession of meth. Well, I've talked about meth doing crazy stuff to you, right? You ain't gonna believe this. So we put everybody through a body scanner to make sure that they're not trying to bring guns and knives and drugs into the jail. Well, you might have thought Walter was bringing drugs into the jail. He brought a thermos into the jail. That's right, he put it up the exit ramp. You know what I mean? A thermos, about this size. No, it wasn't this one. We saw that and we said, dude, what are you doing here? He said, well, I put that inside my body and he didn't swallow it. 24 hours earlier. We had to take him to the hospital. They had to find a specialist. It was quite the ordeal, but he's thermaless in the county jail.
That's right. He put it up the exit ramp, if you know what I mean, according
That was the Polk County Sheriff.
It was, yeah.
He did a whole thing on it,
Yeah.
and he's showing the actual X-ray.
Yeah, unbelievable.
It is extremely funny. But you can't blame the guy, because at like $6 a cup, Starbucks is expensive.
It is.
And I hate cold coffee. So, it's
Yeah.
a way to keep it warmer.
So you know what? So the sheriff in that video clip, he had a thermos next to him and he's drinking out of it. He goes, "This is not the same thermos." It was hilarious.
No, listen, you got to watch it. It's
Yeah,
really
very
funny.
good.
But I'm going to tell you right now, this is not just like it's a full-size thermos.
Yeah, yeah. So boy, oh boy. Well, he wanted to keep his soup hot, I guess. I put
Yeah.
that inside my body. He didn't swallow it 24 hours earlier. Judge said that the deputy likely saved his life, though, because of the body scan. We'll take him to the hospital. They had to find a specialist to remove it. It was quite the ordeal, but he's thermosless now in a county jail today.
Yeah, gives new meaning to Vichy swap.
That's all the time we have for this episode of Total Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We'll scour the internet far and wide.
Was his name Stanley? Stanley Thermoses?
We'll scour the internet.
You know the cap is on the top of
I was
the
gonna
thermos, too.
say,
You
yeah.
notice that? That's why they had to get the specialist. You wouldn't
Right.
want to leave just the cap in there.
No, exactly. Had to unscrew the cap.
Because you could get, it could build up and then boom, it just blows out. You take a toilet out that
We
way,
had to take
know?
him to, yeah, exactly. We'll scour the internet far and wide for totally useless information just for you.
Ooh, if he had pea soup in there, I don't even want to think about it. Listen, until then, 90 countries around the world, you've been telling your friends, please keep it up. Tell everyone you know. Totally useless information with Nick and Roy.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
He brought a thermos into the jail. That's right. He put it up the exit ramp. You know what I mean? A thermos.
Know what I mean?
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is recorded and produced in Canada. For more totally useless information, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com. Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy has been brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com.